the round table is forming. Diathone? Diathone, Eno representative? We don't need a chip representative. They're all shattered.
Yeah, we got beginning RAM representative.
Ramlethal? Where's Noon?
Yeah.
Noon sleeping.
I think Noon is in Chinatown right now.
Chinatown?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Kenso for chip? Nah. Where's Shine? Shine, you trying to rep pop?
Honestly, the second thing I did when this patch came out, besides testing May, is when I picked Leo, I did HDP's right whiff into 5k, and I figured out immediately against heavy characters, and then I knew this character was probably still top tier.
Rest in peace,
What
May.
is the topic of discussion? I guess.
Uh,
About Maid being dead. Because was that what we were talking about?
May is not dead. That's number one. May is still mad strong and mad cheap. Different kind
specifically, what do you think is really cheap about her?
Besides the damage, you mean? And her normals, and her jump, and her burst safe combos, and her dolphins. Well, dolphins is punishable.
Alright, to be fair, the Dolphins are...
I just think she has the same strengths, but she's just more inconsistent. That's pretty much it. Like like her.
She's a scramble kind of character.
Yeah, of course.
She makes you messy.
The thing about May that I realized, right, like, obviously I don't think she's bad, but, like, what really put this game in perspective for me is when I, like, played Leo, because, like, you're seeing these advantages with May, and then, like, I pick Leo, and I'm like, I do almost everything better. I have better defense. I do a little bit less damage. I have safer mix-up. I have... My win condition is... I hit them one time. Like, I don't know. I think the advantages of May, especially in this version, too, where Leo benefits so much, I don't know. It's a bit more messy, I think.
The thing is about Leo, the way I perceive the matchup, I can play solid against him. You know, I can outzone him, I can outspace him, I can position myself in a nice way. The only thing that I need to be concerned about, do not get knocked down while he's, having his back against it. That's it.
Wouldn't that be specifically be like a matchup thing then, instead of a general Leo thing? Do you think that against Zato is really good against Leo neutral, or like?
Actually, Leo is one of Zato's worst matchups.
Yeah, Leo does very
really?
well against Zato.
Okay.
Yes. But still, like, if I can do this, I'm pretty sure most of the cast can do this. Okay, so but against May, it's like it's a scramble. It's just like fighting Chip. It's like everything is so fast. Everything. I don't know how to explain it, but
the thing is,
it's a mess. It's a mess, around the screen.
I definitely understand that, and I think I've had a conversation about this before with Tempest and Hotashi, where I feel like the complete opposite, where I'm like pretty much chilling against May, but it obviously might be like matchup bias as well, because I have very unique twos against.
It's very stressful to fight against May, because I mean the problem with May is like the problem with the game where like very minute interactions like get you killed like very quickly, or just swings the momentum very quickly, and the moment you go through the wall, it's like, how do you come back in a round? It's so hard.
You know how I describe the May matchup, guys? When you're like, when you're like a beginner, it's your first time playing fighting games, and you play on arcade mode, and you go to the final boss, and then you're like, hit him, and then one hit you die.
Yeah.
That's me, man. That's me. It's like you hit her. She has like Potemkin life. She has like, she's fast, and she has like similar jump in, startup frames and fast like Chip. She hits like a truck, like Potemkin or like Soul, let's say. And her defense is like too much. It's like whenever I have 100% life lead, I'm still feeling like I have 1 pixel of life. It doesn't matter.
I feel like
one hit, I'm gonna die.
I feel like that's a lot of characters in this game, though. Like, it's just their access to damage is all the top tier have easier access to damage. Like,
you are absolutely right, but the thing is about May, like the other characters can hit you with like 3 mix-ups, 4 mix-ups in order for you to die. Okay, unless like maybe Soul. But with May, it's like no, it's like 8-hit combo. It's like 90% gone, if not dead, or at least. Okay, Zato has no guts, but for other characters, it's probably like 70%
Zato,
Yeah, Zato.
Zato actually it gets demolished. Like it's ridiculous.
I also that matchup last version too. I thought was also really good for me because like it's actually so outside of any neutral faults he had or like defensive problems he had, like it was so easy for him to die, and he couldn't really burst the combos. So it was just like, yo, you literally cannot get hit twice. It was like, yeah, right.
Oh, I think I showed in my lifespan fighting against Slash that I did so much. So bad, man. You know, even when I get mixed up, it's like the kind of character where you have to hold your breath. You look, I cannot get it. You know, it's like that.
I will say one thing about May that's absolutely true is that she forces you to play a certain way, and I know a lot of people don't like that because a lot of people like to want to play however they want to, but
you're just running the function.
May forces you kind of into a mini game. I guess kind of like Mario Party. I don't know, something like that.
I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is. When you block Totsugeki, you're not playing anymore. You're just picking your option. You're picking like, am I gonna OS? Am I gonna block? Or am I gonna swing for the fucking fences because you think she's gonna backdash? Like, there's no other option. You can like guess super, but all you're doing is guessing. Like repeated like 20 times around. Yes, a minigame. But not anymore. Because now we got 6P. Let's go.
Yeah.
6P is really good against Dolphin, but like still sometimes it's like I played against Slash like today with the new patch. Like the Dolphin is kinda okay, you can react to it in some specific situations, but other times like you can still spam that shit. Maybe I'm not used to the patch yet, you know? Or maybe I'm having old man reactions, even though I don't think so. Like I think my reactions are pretty solid, but like even sometimes you can still do it. You're like, I'm like, is this the new patch or what? Like, why am I hitting like Dolphins still? You know, but 6Ping Dolphins is much easier. You know.
Well, I mean, what I was saying was, before you joined was, think about like when you're blocking like May, like 5S, 2S, what else can May do but Dolphin? It makes like the decision like so comforting. It's like, okay, I'm gonna block, or if she delays, I'm gonna 6P, and then that should be enough to beat like nearly everything, right?
Yeah, and including heavy Dolphin, right? Like if she tried to do heavy Dolphin,
she's just gonna run into it.
Also 6P, right? So it's very very. So obviously Dolphin's not reactable, right? But as Hotashi said, after normal, it's very linear. Like, as I was saying earlier, there is counterplay. So like, it's not going to be as much of a meme as you just mash 6P against May. That's what it's going to go into. What's going to happen though is, you know, the other player, if they appropriately time their 6Ps in accordance with her resources, for example, if she doesn't have 50 meter, let's say she calls you out on you 6Ping. She doesn't get anything. Like you don't.
You just get put in the same situation.
Yeah, because again, S Dolphin is still -2 on hit, right? So you know.
Yeah, imagine like you swing 6P against Soul, and then he does 6S mana revolver. Like then he's doing meaty close slash, or grab, or like threatening a whole bunch of things. Like there's so many things represented. Whereas with May, if you get hit by Dolphin, you can just do 6P again.
Yep. And, you know, there's not much threat unless she has 50 meter. Because as I said, in this version, if she has 50 meter, like, you extra die, right? So, that is,
now,
yeah.
Like, that's, like, the level 1. But then we go to level 2, right? Whereas you know that I want to do 6P, so now you're going to delay, like, 2S. Like, think about, like, how many more openings there are for the defender. It's crazy. Everything's changed.
Yes, like it's completely different. It's not even.
Whereas before there was like not really an opening, a safe opening for the opponent.
Yeah.
Now there's layers. There's actual layers.
For sure, it's She still obviously has the very strong high damage and burst safe combos, but yeah, no, it's her offense / neutral took a big hit because of that, the 6P change and Dolphin change.
Okay, because of the what? 6H?
6P and Dolphin.
Oh, but the thing is, I think she got one of the best normals in the game, right?
Which one?
May, like in
No,
general,
but-
like her,
no, but-
her fast slash is really good. Her standing heavy slash is really good. Her far heavy slash is really good. Like even like when you try to play the footsie game, like she can out footsie any character. She can whiff punish easily. Like I think if May's played that way, where you abuse her normals and like whiff punish everything. And by the way, her instant air dash is not cheap. Like I always think myself, I'm in the right position to 6P her, and then she lands behind me. And that shit does not make any sense to me.
Air grab her, Habibi. Don't be bad.
Bro.
So I do have
Bro, I
problems
get
with
hit
her.
by the actor, man, every time.
I mean, so May has.
Body
I mean,
just-
yeah, I agree that May has some of the best collection of normals in the game, but like, there are also characters who outrange her. Like, let's actually look at the cast. Nago outranges. Pot
Yeah.
outranges. What's another character? Leo actually does decent versus May in footsies. You'd be surprised. Ramlethal outranges. Soul, a bit less range, but 6S is really good, right? And then, you know, you have stuff like that to mess around with. We're not even going to count Axel since that's kind of whatever, but you see what I'm saying, right? Like, even though she has really strong normals, she has to contend with a lot of other characters who have good normals. And the thing is, other characters get more off those normals at times, right?
That's what. Let me take the floor. That's
go
like
ahead.
when Latif said that, I was just like, yeah, her normals are like, you know, pretty impressive, but to like what avail? What is her reward for landing counter hit 5H? She can't even knock you down.
I'll answer that. Landing 5 HS, I'm pretty sure every May player can react and do a Dolphin to continue the combo.
The combo is like not really. Well, counter hit is like,
can?
okay, anybody can do counter hit combo, but think
Okay.
about like normal hit. Think about getting
think she
normal
can
hit
do-
by 5S from May, and then getting normal hit by Soul 6S. Same normal, same range, right?
Yeah, but you can do, I think, landing 5K into a slide to confirm the combo.
Yeah,
You get a
5K,
knockdown,
yeah.
hard knock- Yeah, you can do 5K into a slide. You have hard knockdown. He's right in front of your face. It's either a close left or a command grab. Guess.
Yeah,
You
but
jump. She hit the first startup of your jumping frame. You cannot block. You get a command grab. You get thrown. If you stand still. If you backdash, you get hit by close slash. It's a 50-50 guess. And both guesses like lead to massive damage. And she builds meters so fast.
Yeah, she still has the close slash thing, but it doesn't. I mean, that also got weakened because grab PRC is way worse.
yeah.
But
I mean, also
Actually,
the
do you guys, when you do grab PRC, do you do it instantly or do you react if the opponent got thrown, then you cancel?
I
Because
react.
that's what I try to do now.
Well, in this version, they definitely want you to react, so that's gonna be the way. Like,
yeah.
Exactly, because that's at the beginning. I hit someone with the command grab, and all of a sudden he dropped falling. I'm like, what? Oh shit! You did not option select.
What about you, Shine?
Then
I've already gotten used to it after like 10 games, so like, but like the habit's probably gonna be pretty bad because I was like always in literally every grab, so it's like,
Really? You were
I mean,
DJing?
yeah, of course, why wouldn't I? What do you mean I wasn't?
That
Yeah,
change was on the fucking wish list, big time.
The thing
Yeah.
is, like, I could see it being harder, obviously, to react to for like faster backdashes, but for slower backdashes, it still feels like okay, I'm doing the same thing. It's just,
Yeah.
I have to.
mhm.
I can't autopilot it. That's basically it. And also for situations like wake up gold burst as well, I think I'm gonna have to opt for meaty close slash more than anything.
Mhm.
I need to practice that a bit more. I
yeah.
don't think I could do command grab PRC against gold burst anymore.
But
Can-
back on the I
Listen.
actually wanted to mention something real quick though. Back on like the talk about May pokes. You mentioned May's 5K. May's 5K is actually a poke that she doesn't use very often at all. It's
Mhm.
only one frame faster than 2S
Mhm.
with a way worse hitbox. And I know it goes into 3K, but imagine hit confirming that in neutral like half the time. So like, it's not something that a May player is looking for often. Something that's safe and stable for her is 2S far slash into Dolphin, or just 2S far slash in general, since they're very safe and strong, right? But without meter, they don't convert into anything. That has always one of her main weaknesses. Without meter, she does not convert pokes into anything. She converts pokes into a minus situation. Now, that minus situation before was a good guessing situation, right? Because you could be safe after the guess. So you know it's pretty strong, right? Especially against a majority of characters, it was extremely strong. Like Anji had issues with that. Faust has issues with that, etc. Right? But like, you know, with the way she changed, it's like those kind of situations are also weakened.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everything is intertwined, right? So even though, let's say command throw, the close slash situation command throw, that's still good, right? That situation is still strong, but the rate in which she will get into those situations is also worse because of the changes, right? So like, you're gonna win neutral less with her, which means you're not gonna be put in those, like, you know, her win condition is gonna be less prevalent since you're not gonna get there as much. So you know, granted, again with meter Mei, I have always said this.
Okay.
But previously, with 50 meter, Mei is a completely different character because she warps footsies in her favor. She can either force her way in, or she can hit confirm into massive damage and force her burst or something, if you can burst even, right? But
somebody said Mei got nerfed too much. I disagree. I think Mei had it coming for a long time. It's not even like her character strength. It's the way she plays. I think she had it coming. Like these types of changes.
Maybe, like I said, like my
You got
viewpoint on Mei is like
Potemkin
so. No, but like that's what I'm saying. My viewpoint is so like far away from like the conversation right now that I don't know. Like regardless of like how annoying her playstyle is, I think there's still room for like characters like that. Like yeah, it sucks, but like that's her thing. So, and that's always been a Guilty Gear thing where it's like they have like an obnoxious game style or playstyle and you just have to deal with it.
What like, Guilty Gear player in the past was doing like a backdash, special move, backdash, special move, backdash, special move, and it was real as fuck? What character? Do you see like Elfeld doing like bridle, backdash, bridle? Like that's what that is.
I mean, I had Alpha do backdash 5H on me, like shit like that. Like, regardless if it's special or normal, it's like that's not how it works.
Slayer?
Let's not go into this. Yeah, but like Slayer and stuff like that. There's like unique characters that just like do like really stupid shit. Like I've never like had
Mappa
like, a
was
problem
punishable.
True, but I'm just saying like in general, like I even though it's annoying, I it's like one of those things where I'm just kind of like, okay, like I just have to deal with this somehow with IB, or just being able to do 2B commit, or like just save meter for YRC and stuff like that. Like,
right.
Even though the options are limited, obviously, like I always felt that was such a Guilty Gear thing, so it never like passed my mind that, you know, she deserves to like get nerfed and shit. I don't
know. I wanted to ask you, Latif.
Yes.
There's another big system mechanic change. How do you feel about your 5-frame button?
My 5-frame button, I haven't been abusing it as much, but it feels so good. Like my muscle memory is used to like doing 2Ps. But whenever I remember the 5P, I'm like, I use it. It's so fast. It's insane. And the thing is, you can, you know, RC confirm into frog loops or whatnot. So that's like a big buff. The thing is, but the buff that I like, which is also I'm not used to, is the eddy meter. You know, like eddy meter, like it drains less now.
Yes.
However, you have to clap in order to make it less. So there are two versions. You either clap or you don't clap. Okay, if you clap, let's say if you clap the drills, drills will be spending 35%. If you don't clap it, it will spend like 50% of eddy meter. So if you clap the frog, you can do 3 frogs. But if you don't clap the frog, you can do like 2. So like these combos are like has different negative edge timing and different like, you know, combos when it comes to execution. I'm trying to incorporate this to my gameplay, which I'm doing right now. But it's like sometimes I'm using the old combos. But when it comes to pressure, oh my god, the pressure is so good. I don't know if you saw the Twitter clip that I posted. Like the pressure is insane. It can last forever. Like you could do drill clap, then cancel into a frog, then like cancel into a pose, then like let the oppose hit, then you do sword special, and it's like all real block swings, you know? It's so good. It's so good. But there was a really there's a hidden buff with Zato actually. His command grab does way more damage.
Why does it do way more damage?
I have no idea. Is it a bug? Is it a glitch? Did they do it on purpose? It does way more damage, and I like it, and I'm abusing it. I'm like feeling I'm like Potemkin right now. I just command grab people all day long because it does so much damage. It's insane.
What is this pressure?
Oh, the K cancel.
Yeah.
Because it consumes less, so I can like do drill, frog, oppose, then cancel, do the sword special, peer. Like you could do so much with it. It's insane.
I
feel so good. Like
in that distance, like you can't like burst or anything, or is it like auto bait or like YRC?
He didn't have burst, so I'm like doing it. Like I was comfortable, but I can position myself in a way, but it's really hard to make it burst safe. It's basically the max range of standing dust.
Oh my god!
So if I hit you by the tip of the standing dust, then your burst will whiff.
Okay.
That range is the perfect range that I want, but it's like really hard. But when you don't have burst, I'm like,
you just go to town.
Yeah, exactly.
Even including YRC as well. YRC is obviously slower, so like.
Yes, YRC is slower, and you can anticipate it's coming, so you stop between your block strings, but it's still like it is hitting him, so it's still continuous. But actually, I enjoy it when people block. I love when people block.
I wonder why.
Block.
I actually wonder why. It's like me. I love when people don't jump against me. Like,
did y'all see the new Ramlethal rekka pressure? Like,
yo, I don't know anything about new RAM.
Yo, I'm gonna post a link in this chat, and I want you to put it on stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a good laugh, just for a good laugh.
Word.
Supposedly it's -7, but obviously you could do like the second rekka. So like you could probably, if you want to be really greedy, you just go for like 2 of them or something, and just be able to...
shit.
Yeah.
By the way, Shine, I have a question.
Yeah, shoot.
How do you feel about the Potemkin Zato matchup? I'm curious.
Potemkin Zato?
Yeah.
So obviously I'm pretty limited because there's not like a lot of players playing him here, like
okay.
that I know too close. But I don't really feel much in a way. I don't feel like it's as bad as like obviously in past games. Just because the neutral is obviously like feels like way easier, way easier. And like in the ranges where like Zato like really wants to play, like I could just like 5p or 2p little Eddie.
Okay.
And even if it trades, like I'm fine with that because I take like 30 damage or something, but I get Zato off the field so I could like progress and move forward. And even when Zato is just doing the hover dash stuff, it doesn't feel too bad, especially with my 6p buff. I feel like with the 6p buff, like if Zato like wants to land on me at any time, like he has to risk so much. Like he could just die off of just one block 6p. But that's that's obviously like just initial stuff because I haven't played the matchup much. But it doesn't feel bad. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, if you're cornered, like your options are very limited. But in neutral, I feel like, especially with slide as well, the neutral is not that bad.
Okay.
And I feel like that's what pot needs, like one chance with slide head, one chance with 6p, and you just die.
Okay, you think it's even then?
Yeah, even-ish. Like I don't want to say like a number, obviously, because I'm definitely not good at the matchup. But from what I see, like it feels even-ish.
At first, when I played it, I thought it was like in pot favor, but I was just learning the game. Now, in the previous version, in the pre-patch, I thought it was like 5.5, 6.4 Zato. But now, I'm not sure, to be honest. I
feel like the 6p change is so enormous, like unbelievably enormous against Zato, because Zato, like the way he plays neutral is just not able to, like it's very hard for Pot to like try to catch him if he commits to like a 6p or something, and this is Zato could go in. But like now if you just block it, like you actually could just lose the game because Zato has so low cuts. Like it's like, I don't know, it seems like so scary for you. Like it's actually like insane.
I'm telling you, my lifespan is shorter because of that character right now. It's like, perfect.
Shine is how I figured out that Mei versus Pot, like after that first patch, was no shot. I'm like, yeah, no, it's not. We would play sets. I'm like, I would get wash. I'm like, damn, this is not okay. I'm like, and he's IBing? Why are you IBing? No one IBs. And it's like,
word.
Yo,
I need to do it.
My bad.
You don't need to do it. You already win the matchup without IBing. Like,
instant blocker stand up.
I'm not trying to give you free stuff. Like, that's not how I play.
Right. However, I have a question for you, Hotashi, since we just played. What is your opinion on the Nago Leo matchup now? Like, or
It's the
how's it
same.
feel anyway? It feels the same. Okay.
Same.
I also felt the same actually.
The thing that was most particular to me was how chunky grabs feel now. Because they
oh my
increased the
god,
tech
it
window.
feels so weird.
Yeah, was that it wasn't just me, right?
No, I think Shine said the same thing. It feels so weird, like
it just feels like the game is just like chunking
Stops.
and dropping
stops.
talking.
Yeah, the game just fucking freezes. I feel like my frames are dropping half the time. I'm like, huh?
When I was throwing people, I legit thought rollback was happening. And then it hit me, like, I understand why. It's just a longer throw tech window. And I was just like, damn, that feels weird.
Yeah, the first person I played online, or was a SQ, right? And I was like, all right. The first time she threw me, the game paused. I'm like, what? Cause I didn't really throw in training mode at all.
I
So when I
thought
saw
it was
that-
like some new netplay bug.
Like,
Yeah.
it was weird.
But then I tried to tech in that window and I was just like, whoa, the grab tech window's forever.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, has
Do we know,
anyone
like, the
seen, like,
exact
hard
frames?
numbers?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Do we have the
Like,
exact numbers?
I don't know. I haven't seen them anywhere, but I'm assuming it's, like, noticeably longer than
It's
it
like
was
4
before.
or something?
At minimum, it has to be.
Yeah.
It's chunky now. It's
Yeah.
probably still not reactable, but, like, you might be able to, like, you know, like, OS throw text, maybe.
I mean,
Like-
we were
like-
reacting to the situation and still getting grabbed before. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
like hard body, for sure.
That would happen very often, especially with the delay in PS4. So you would play, even when we were playing offline tournaments, we would see the throw situation and then not tech the throw, right? So, you know,
What is up with this new Ramlethal rekka?
it's not okay. That's all you need to know.
It's okay. The way they buffed her rekka is like something you do for a low tier character, but they did it for a character that was already top 5. So, question mark?
So stupid. I don't know what you think, to be honest.
It's like actually crazy strong what they did to her rekka.
This
I
is
mean, I
Super
get
Noon
it.
versus Eduardo Hook. And the new rekka looks a little...
It's very, very. It's astonishing.
It gives her such
And
better pressure, especially in this
214K. Oh
game.
my god.
It gives her better
214K.
conversions.
Wait, what? What was that? So is 214K plus something? Is it 0? Like, what's going on?
It's +1 on block now.
Why? What? Okay.
So
Is it
it's +1 on block,
Yeah.
and you can combo after it.
All right, but is it 6Pable?
Yeah, it's 30 frame startup.
Oh, certainly now. Yeah, it's like Future Arc, but like way worse. But like,
I
you know,
see.
Ramlethal has so many options that it's like you don't expect
yeah,
her to
like,
do it. So
Yeah, I'm expecting a
Exactly.
sword throw, right? Yeah. So
Exactly.
options like that are like very powerful when like they get sneaked in.
So like something that's like really good about it that I've been trying to like show people is that because that she has an option now, because that's plus on block, you can actually use that to get your sword back during pressure. So you can toss the
Oh
sword,
shit!
press 5k, cancel the 5k into the overhead, and then when you land from the overhead, your sword is done exploding, and you're plus on block, and you pick the sword back up. You don't have to run the risk of getting thrown after the explosion anymore. Yeah, because usually you would like the sword would explode, Ram would be running back in to grab the sword, and then you could attempt to like throw her maybe. It's like a risk you take. She doesn't have to take that risk anymore. You just do 214K and pick up the sword, and you're +1 and you're happy. So I think the 214K buff is also really good. It's like a slightly worse Fude arc, but on a way better character.
Yeah, it's always +1. It's always +1.
yeah, that's nice.
It also gives her really juice conversion sometimes. If you get counter hit by a 5H now, you take 200 damage. Like mid-screen. She doesn't need to be in the corner. You just take 200 for getting counter hit by 5H. Because she can do counter hit 5H into 214K into close slash. And you're dead.
Honestly, like, I know the slower is white was supposed to be a nerf. This is a little bit off topic, but I actually like that. Like, when I fight characters, like, it auto times my meaty 5k now, so like I don't accidentally get thrown anymore. It's kind of nice, low-key. Honestly, I'm not sure how much slower Zvite is, but I think if the Leo players use it properly, it's not going to be easy to throw at all. Like, it's I don't know. This right still seems like one of the best special moves in the game to me.
I saw someone say that it's 2 frames slower, but I don't know if that's true.
Two frames sounds about right, to be honest. That's what I was expecting.
Mhm.
And it doesn't feel that much more reactable, to be honest, because like before last patch, it was 16 frames point blank.
Yeah.
And max distance was something like 22 or 23. So if it's like 2 frames slower, that sounds pretty reasonable. And honestly, that's better than Chip's. What Chip got? Chip has a 4-frame increase on his move, while Leo only has a 2. And Leo's leads into his win condition. So like, you know.
Seems like nothing changed with Leo there in this patch.
I honestly think he's better. Like I think he's objectively better. Like, there's nothing.
You know, I was like so happy with the Zato buffs. Then I saw everybody get buffed. I was like, okay, they buffed him so that he could keep up with the game. So it makes sense. It's like everybody's getting buffed left or right, and it's like insane. Some of the changes, I don't get it.
Yeah,
I just don't get it.
Yeah, Leo. Honestly, his buff stance from his S and H normals is really good now. I think. Like, I feel like you could just use it.
I actually did notice that it definitely was just like faster than it was before.
Yeah, it has way less recovery, and he moves faster on the ground. So like, you can actually use it in footsies.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, my thing about this patch is like you look at like the buffs that like the low tiers got. You look at like Anji or whatever, and you're like, okay, Anji can like play the game now. But then you look at the top tiers and they got better, and it's just like, but can they though? So I don't really know. Like
I don't think they based the changes. Like okay, Mei Totsugeki getting hit. That's like one balance change. I think there's like very few actual balance changes in the patch. And it's more like they just threw shit in. Like, regardless of the balance, right? Like,
I think
all the new shit.
I think the idea with this patch was like they wanted to make characters more complete, including the top tiers. Because like, frankly, obviously Ram was like really good, but she was also kind of just like a one-trick pony before.
I mean, many characters were.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to like fix that, which makes sense, and like I respect that. But like, I feel like there needs to be like a follow-up patch in the future that then kind of regulates some shit.
Remember, Tempest, I said like this is the canvas now. This is like the new game.
Yeah, like this. I actually do think this game is despite the previously strong characters still being really strong. I think this game is it's quite different right now because of all the system changes and character changes that happen. So I think they're gonna build upon this. The most surprising thing to me, to be honest, because Arxis, I mean, I think we're all Arxis players. We know how they do a lot of patches. Mei getting nerfed while other top tiers getting buffed doesn't surprise me. This has happened in many games. It's just unfortunate for me, but that's kind of whatever. What did surprise me is when they buff damage. That is one of the last things I thought they were gonna do.
Yeah, so I feel like with this patch in particular, if damage was just lowered for everybody, it might honestly be fine, but damage is just like, it's out of control right now. It's out of a problem.
I was surprised. I don't know, I didn't expect him to raise damage. Right?
I know.
Yeah.
And all I was reading in the patch, damage scale. I don't know what they scaled, to be honest. They increased the damage, I think.
I think they did too, because I'm not gonna lie, my Dolphin combos actually do more.
Like, well, remember they removed scaling from like PRC and shit.
Yeah.
So like PRC and like anything that involves like the RC slowdown, it doesn't scale damage anymore. Which I don't know why they did that, because the game absolutely did not need higher damage.
It's funny
question.
though. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Question. Did you guys say like earlier that YRC got nerfed?
YRC?
Yeah?
Did
it? Is it still the same?
I don't think so.
It's still the same.
Still the same? Okay, good. I wish they could replace it with alpha counter. It's way better.
Yeah, I missed that angles, but yeah, no, so you know what's funny about that SQ? My Mei combos almost exclusively use like not even fast RC, the normal RC, they almost exclusively use that, and they do way more damage. So like, I'm just like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I think RCs. So like, the RCs had two different sailings on them. Like the Red Roman Cancel had the slowdown sailing, and it also had the shockwave sailing. They removed the slowdown sailing, so it's only getting one layer of sailing now instead of two, I think. Which is just I don't know. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but I do think overall this patch has a lot of positive changes for the game.
Yeah.
No more grab PRC.
That is the best change by far, I think.
It had to happen.
As someone who like greatly benefited from that, I thought that was one of the worst parts of the game.
It make
how
games
they
like
did it, too.
so like you can just free win people by doing PRC grab OS.
I mean, yeah, you checkmate them actually. Like you legitimately checkmate them, right?
Yeah.
Like it was really too strong. I thought it was like one of the worst parts about playing this game in tournament because if you were a low life and someone had like 50 to 100 meter, it's like yo.
GG's.
Like, so they throw a PRC, you're in the air, you 50-50 between them air throwing or them doing like an anti or something, I don't know, right? And then you just lose. So it's like, well, okay.
Yep.
It was so I thought that was an amazing change. Another change that I really like, so I know in a lot of video games they often make or fighting games you're often fine with having certain characters have 5 frames or like, you know, faster or slower normals depending on their character archetype, but for the type of game that they're going for, I believe making everyone 5 frame actually makes sense because it seems they're very much trying to make the game high damage, you know, fast paced, whatever, right? And I do think characters like Zato and Anji, Faust, etc. are desperately needed the 5 frame to keep up. So I do agree with that. It's this game already, you know, along with that and the FD changes making defense stronger. I do like that a lot.
Yeah. I still personally really wish we got more meter for blocking. They still haven't changed that. You get such an abysmal amount of meter for blocking in this game.
Mash, lady. Just
You
do
know,
it.
you know what?
Mash.
You know what?
Smash.
You know what I want in this game? I want an FD macro button. Every time I try to FD, I get a counter. I don't know if that happens with you guys.
That happens to me, of course.
I mean, it's been happening.
We need an FD macro. Like, I don't know why they didn't put it. Like, that shit is so important.
It'd be
Like,
nice.
I'm a D counter. Like, why? Why to block? And they need to, you know, tone down the negative penalty too. It's like I zone out someone and all of a sudden I lose my meter. Like, why? I'm trying to live here. And this announcer guy is like, go fight or you lose your meter.
Yeah, that's just the Marxist classic.
Bro, I'm like, okay, take it. I don't care. I'm just gonna have my space.
What do you think about
It's so good.
What do you think about the Nago changes, yo?
Actually,
Yeah. You go ahead.
I don't know, man. Like, Infiltration, he was doing his stream today, and he said Nago Zato is 5-5 now. I have no idea why. I saw the clone going full screen. That is dangerous. But what else did he have?
He has his
DP.
63H, the slash, the double slash. It has been revamped. So now he can do
Okay,
one
you
hit
can make it
only,
one,
and then
right?
and then follow up like a rekka, which is cool. The first hit,
What else?
if he uses it, he can set up like hard KD now, as if like he hit a super. It's good.
Okay.
And then spin damage scaling got cut by like 10%, which is a shock. I'm surprised it's not more.
Yeah.
Surprised that move didn't get nerfed more in general, to be honest.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like a lot of the damage, like supposedly Guard Crush as well got like damage nerfed, but like it's so negligible. It's like 10% as well, where it's like okay.
Yeah, I don't feel it. When I played Leo, I was doing Guard Crush, one hit super, and still does like all their life. So I'm just like, I don't feel it.
Yeah. They were too generous with the sailing on the things that they did give to you.
No, what if I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say some words. Nago, Naguruyuki, and patch 1.10 got nerfed.
Well,
Those are some words
Yeah,
you're saying.
I mean, you'll have to explain, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I believe something you're gonna start off with is
Every
6
character
frames being
having
5 frames, right?
5 frame. No
Yeah.
more 6 frame button is a big change, which is one. I'm happy to see it, but it changes like his matchup spread. Like, think about like how you never saw like Faust, and when Nago gets in on Axel, like the run is like over because like mathematically there's like no possible way for certain characters to defend against Nago. Now that doesn't exist anymore. And also, he gets hit hard by grab PRC because he had to use his grab more than others because of like the blood and stuff.
Okay.
So I do agree that's true, but I also do think every character with a command throw also feels very similarly about that. For example, I play Mei, so 6 framers now not being 6 framers anymore. You know, mathematically, as you said, it's worse. I'm pretty sure Shine versus with Pot would feel the same way. You know, like our command throws are very valuable, right? Because they lead into like a lot of damage. They lead into good situations, whatever it may be. So like, I think.
Well, the only way to
list.
deal with command grabs is by evasion, and if you evade and the grappler has the meter, then you're potentially just letting them like meter trump you, right? Like I think that was the worst part. Like you don't see like Millia doing like run up close slash and then OSing with RC. Like no way. I see Zato doing that with 2P. That's the way he has to spend his meter, but not anymore. That's the way you have to like defend against Nago by doing 2P RC because you're desperate.
Yeah,
like no overtool.
It's
the way I 2P with Zato, maybe people don't know. I 2P between the gaps. It's not that I mash it. No, I block.
Okay.
When I see a gap in your block string, that's when I 2P. It's not that I'm spamming it. No, it's like I think there's a gap here. Boom. I do it, and it always connects.
Habibi.
That's why it's always connected.
Habibi. You know Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Well,
yeah,
I know it.
you can see the cinnamon.
Bro.
If you can see the frames.
Ask the people that watches my stream in the chat or they play me. Like people, like even the commentators, when they see me do the 2P, they say, "Bro, we did not know that Zato has an uppercut." It's like that's how much I landed. It's like it is my DP.
Okay.
It's like I landed probably not 100% of the time, but like I will say, it's an 80% success rate.
Okay.
80% success rate that it will land because there's always gaps in between block streams. Like even if you block it, I completely shift the momentum.
Yes.
It's like I'm in defense.
Well, now
okay,
it's even better. Now you have 5 frame.
Exactly. It's like, okay, you block it. Okay, I have the advantage. I'm in your face. Heavy slash, heavy block string, or heavy block stun. And to summon, you're blocking all of a sudden and you're eating my mix-ups. It's like, it's a win-win situation.
I think also, like, 2P into summon is a little bit better in this game because of Pierce. Pierce is I mean, I can't like stop Zato from doing like 2P into summon. Not really. I just have to get pushed out.
Oh yeah, your character cannot do anything, but other characters they can actually.
Oh, must be nice.
Yeah, it is nice for them. So basically, when I do 2P into summon, I don't do 2P into Pierce. Like, okay, one time I will do into Pierce, then I'll see what they do. The next time I will do like 2P into oppose.
Shine.
And see what they do.
Eddie can stop Mega Fist forward now.
What? With what?
He has 5 frame 5P.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true actually.
Well,
I remember
wait.
that was one specific thing where like you do like a super far away Mega Fist and it legitimately couldn't do anything. Aside from do like 2S or like summon or whatever.
Yeah, you could literally just Mega Fist forward him to death.
It's -5 for max range, you mean?
You should be able to punish it now.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
IP.
Yeah, honestly.
Okay.
Speaking of which, by the way, Latif, depending on the range, Zato can 5P punish Mei's Dolphin too.
Yes,
Yep.
but it's really hard too. It's really hard. Like you have to be you have to do is Dolphin while I'm in the corner, and you have to be like super close, and it's like a little bit of strict timing. Like sometimes it whiffs, I don't know why, but sometimes it does connect. And mid screen, I have to just defend, so I have to instant block the Dolphin, which is extremely hard.
Well, think about last patch. If you instant block her, she can just sit there because you can't punish her. It's like the math is literally just not there, and I think that was just a shitty place for a bunch of characters to be, and thank the Lord.
Yeah.
Like, now...
Yeah, but the thing is, Zato before, against Mei in the corner, he cannot do shit about Dolphin. So whenever I see a Dolphin or anticipate a Dolphin coming, I jump and do Dust, just to mix her up. Like, she in the corner and I'm out. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like Zato jump Dust is like the shark. It's like he moved forward. So that's what I do to escape the corner pressure. But now it's like, okay, she's gonna do it's Dolphin. I'm gonna block it and fight Fear. And I tried it in training mode. It does say punish. But whenever I play real matches, it's like, I don't know. It's like I rarely get it. Like it keeps whipping.
You have to be decently. Like you don't have to be super. Like you don't have to literally be point blank, but you have to be somewhat close. To be honest, a lot of people didn't know my training mode with Mei early on because I didn't really talk about it. But what I did early was I went into training mode against the entire cast. And I practiced Pulse Dolphin RPS against literally every character in the game. And then I made a mini tier list of who are the best characters post Dolphin, the post -5 situation.
Nago's definitely top 3.
Who was top 3 at it?
Nago.
Yeah, Nago was one of the best ones. Ram was one of the best ones. Soul was god at it too. I believe those 3 were the best ones. And then a slight tier below was like Pot was one of the best ones.
Pot can do 6p heat now, right?
Yeah, Pot can do 6p heat now.
That's spooky.
I mean, I don't play that matchup anyway, so I don't even think about it. But like, yeah, that's like that.
You switch layout?
I gave up on that matchup. Yeah, I gave up.
I mean, the thing is with that is like, I just don't really care about L-Stop. I'm literally just looking for a to activate a piston and then do like 150 damage off of it. So it's like
the thing about that matchup is I gave up hope since last patch, so like I just didn't think about Pot at all. Like the first patch. Yeah, like the first patch, I obviously Mei was super powerful. Didn't really, just do whatever the fuck. But like, last patch, I'm like, this is really hard now. So I already gave up hope on that matchup. So I didn't even think about Pot. I thought about every other character besides Pot. I think Ram is gonna join Pot though. If like once every Ram player gets used to playing her, because that matchup also is really hard now. I don't think Nago will be as bad as Ram, funnily enough, but I think Nago is also may be on that tier of like I just don't want to deal with this ever. Like I'm not gonna bother. Rather play Leo, my other losing matchup. That makes more sense.
Who wins Nago versus Mei?
What's up?
Were you gonna say what?
Who wins? Wins
Nago?
Nago versus Mei?
It felt even to me.
Yeah, last version I thought what's it called? It was either slight Nago favor or even. Like it felt very similar to the first version. Honestly, you just don't bully him as hard with normals. So I thought there was an argument for even. Yeah, yeah.
There's just nothing in particular that makes either character like have an edge.
Yeah.
Like Nago has options against Totsugeki.
Yeah.
Mei has options against like Nago pressure.
Yeah, and honestly, as for how strong Nago was last patch, I actually thought Mei was one of the best characters at fighting him. Funnily enough, like
yeah.
That was actually always my opinion on that.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
I mean, I don't know who Mei specializes in beating anymore. Like, is there a character?
Who did she specialize in beating before? And like, specialize how? Like,
I mean, I thought Mei versus Ino was like really good. Yeah.
That was just because like. This is what I'm saying. It's just because like Mei had like fucked up properties on a bunch of things, and now she doesn't.
I mean, yeah, but like I would consider that specialized because like Ino cannot use her entire neutral moveset against Mei. Like random dive loses to normals, random stroke loses to normals and Dolphin. What's it called? Like hover dash approach loses to random normals and Dolphin. Like I thought Mei was like designed to beat Ino in that version. It was really bad. So I thought Mei specialized in beating Ino, to be honest, but that was the main one. But not anymore. I think Mei versus Ino might be even now, maybe worse. We'll see.
So that's it for me. Had enough.
That's it for me. I don't.
I would
think...
be fine if you did. Because like, look at what we've seen so far.
Yeah, as I said before, I think it's only gonna get worse. Like, I don't think it's gonna get better at all. Because like, in reality, in this patch, she only has combos. Like, you're just doing combos.
Every character was given like big counterplay. Like, there's so many more layers now, and like that's not what Mei wants. Mei just wants to run game. Now there's like all this shit like she has to think about, and then like the moment you stop and think against like a strong player, they're gonna greed you out and like run up and grab you into the corner because you're looking for 6p, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like that was just not a thing before. This is not a thing.
Let's be completely honest. Like, how often are we running into safe jumps in this game like that though? Like, safe jumping is not a big part of this game compared to like, for example, Blaze Blue, where you're just safe jumping off of every knockdown, right?
You do it post wall break or supers.
Some characters do. Right?
Some characters do, yeah. I mean, Giovanna, this character in the screen, just safe jumps a lot, right? But she might as well go for them. I mean,
I purposely don't go for safe jumps myself.
I know Chip and Millia can kind of go for safe jumps, but like, I'm gonna be real, like, like.
For Ram in particular, safe jumping like actually messes with her pressure structure, so I don't do it.
I mean, you can use it, but like, I don't know. Like run up close slash for like a lot of characters is OD though. Like,
what the fuck? Yo, Soul. My bad. I'm sorry.
I told you this bandit revolver shit's cursed.
Yo, Leffen, you gotta show me that safe jump off of Dolphin though. Eno is a character that definitely safe jumps too. Yeah.
How do you all feel about Giovanna in this patch?
I'm trying to ascertain. The way they changed her for the first hour, it was so funny. The first hour, like Locks and like all the other Giovannas were just like, she's fucking doomed because her combos don't work the same way. And then the next hour, Locks had like the hot fire. Giovanna, like standing loops off of like 5k, like run up 5k, like, bro. It's I don't know where we're at right now, really.
So for me personally, I don't know about other people, and obviously we're still figuring things out. I think she's one of the characters that was actually nerfed this patch.
Gio got nerfed?
Yep, that is what I think.
Okay.
So I think the FD changes are not good for her because she, like, obviously, like both characters in the same are strike throw. But she's strike throw without a command grab, and her neutral isn't quite as good as like the other characters for strike throw. So like she's very reliant on having like that strong strike throw pressure, and the FD changes kind of hurt that. They increase the pushback on her close slash, so it's extra bad. They removed the ability for her DP special to beat grounded pokes, so she can't RPS at the end of her strings anymore. She like if she does that,
that got nerfed.
Yes, so if she entered block string with like I think it's 214K is like the little kick special, she can't DP after that anymore. She can't RPS with DP. It will just lose to pokes.
Let's go.
So that those are two nerfs, well, three nerfs. The FD, less close slash pushback, or sorry, more close slash pushback, and DP not beating grounded pokes. Those are three direct nerfs to how her pressure structure works currently. Also, 214K is a worse combo starter now, so if she ever frame traps you with it, it doesn't hurt as bad. So I feel like she just got hit in a lot of ways, where I still think she's a good character, but I don't think she's as good as she was before.
She's not as good, you said?
Yeah, I don't think Giovanna is as good as she was last patch. I think she's one of the few characters.
I heard she had a hidden nerf that is her 2D.
Did they nerf 2D?
Yeah, I think it does not reach so far anymore. Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, that's true. That's actually nerf.
That would be a big nerf. Fake news? Fake news?
Fake news. Fake news. I'm sorry, guys. Fake news.
Fake news.
All right. Well, either way,
you,
I think all of those reasons are like pretty fair to say why I think she's weaker this version.
Why did they how did Ramlethal get away with it?
I don't know. I think she's not rated super highly in Japan, so that might be why.
Oh, of course, the FL thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that said, so I actually think what may have happened with RAM is, again, I don't think this patch had anything to do with balance. Because if it did, they fucked up.
What
But
about Nago? Who gives a fuck about Nago? He's fine. He was always fine. It was other characters that were not fine, but now they are. He's not fine? Okay. He was a little strong.
The thing about RAM, I think, is that this patch tried really hard to kind of complete characters' kits. RAM, even though she was really good, like I said earlier, she's like a one-trick pony, and I think they wanted to like make all of her moves useful finally. So now Rekka's actually good. 214K is like a move you might actually use. They buffed her Beam Super, by the way. Her Beam Super used to be like minus 50, and now it's plus 16.
Yeah, I saw.
So like they just made a lot of her things actually useful now. And I think in regards to like making the characters feel more fun, it makes sense. But in terms of balance, it was a horrible decision.
I suppose so. I don't know if like the new stuff like adds, like, does the rekka change, like add win percentage to the character? Is like that's how good it is? Does she really change that much?
I think the rekka might be like the single biggest buff in the entire patch.
Word.
I think it is crazy good.
I still don't quite understand it, and I think I need to like see it. You streamed today?
I did, yeah.
Yes.
I did mostly lapping, but I did play some matches. I played with Tempest a little bit near the end.
Yes. Footage. Beautiful.
So I didn't really use it a lot quite yet because it's so different that like I have to like figure out how I want to use it. The big thing is Rekka 1 is actually safe on block now. You can't punish Rekka 1 anymore, which is a big deal for a Rekka.
Even with super?
Yeah, even with it's -5 now.
Oh.
So like you can only punish it if she did it like point blank, which is not going to be most of the time.
Let's go. I love Ramlethal.
Rekka 2, if you get frame trapped by Rekka 2, you lose the entire round. 300 damage, meterless, any round 3. Does not matter.
Exciting.
You cannot afford to mash against Rekka 2 anymore. It gives her way better combos off everything. It gives her better combos off 2k, off 6p. She gets a full combo into hard knockdown off 2p now, so her mash actually is rewarding. She might actually have one of the best rewards in the game for mashing, to be honest.
That's really ugly.
It does literally every weakness the character had before is fixed by the Rekka buff. And that's why I think it's ridiculous.
Wow.
Can she still gel after post wall break? I actually haven't tested that out, but like, you know, with the Rekka and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's technically slightly worse in that Rekka 1, Rekka 2 always has, I think, like a 1 or 2 frame gap. But you can only do something about that if you have a reversal. If you don't have a reversal, the Rekka like positive bonus loop is still in. And obviously she can just hard
Don't be sad for Chip. Chip had his day. Chip had his day, my brother. Let Chip go. Some characters just have to be sacrificed on the altar to make Ramlethal overpowered.
The thing is, Chip was not that strong, guys, in the previous match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
like
a lot
the
of authors agree with
the
that.
fact that they nerfed him more is so surprising.
Yeah, I think
Like
Chip was kind of a weird case. I mean, I still think Chip's like a fine character, but there's really not like any reason to be excited about him this patch.
They killed him.
Don't be sad for May. Don't be sad for Chip. They'll be fine.
Bro, do not put May and Chip on the same line, please. I'm about to flip the table here.
Don't be sad for May. Slash. Time to move on, Habibi. Play Nago. Millia.
Tell people to say Nago.
How's Millia?
Oh, I can talk?
You can talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, LK's here? What the fuck?
I've been here
been
for like
looking.
25 minutes.
Yeah, did we jail LK? We are jailing LK that hard.
Show us Millia. Show us Millia.
I don't know.
That the IAD backwards. It's like she's a new character.
I don't know. That's legit. That's what I got. That's what you called me for. It's for me to say I don't know a bunch.
Can we get like a Millia top 5, Millia top 3? You know?
I'm in the ocean sailing the sea. I don't know yet. I have to get to port. I have to get to port. Give me a moment.
Okay, at bare minimum, her movement is looking even more scary now.
Yeah. There's
At
a lot
bare
more
minimum.
stacked.
I will say outlook good.
Mhm.
I would hope so.
As a disclaimer, because I did constantly say that I thought she was really good last patch. When the game came out, I was like, I don't know, for like a little while. I was like, I don't know, and I was sad about Far Slash when the game came out because her Far Slash is not the old Far Slash, so I was sad. But then after a while, I was like, I don't know, she's kind of nasty. So now I am back at I don't know. Outlook good.
Is there anything currently that like stands out to you that you want to look into about her?
I'm sorry, I'm eating.
Word.
Holy shit. I forgot, because I've been muted for the past 20 minutes. I've been just like eating and memeing on my own stream this whole time. Like,
Yeah.
like nonstop. I forgot that I'd be crunching the mic. Okay. So, right now, the main thing I'm looking into... So the big buffs is like the Mirage special cancel is a big one. Because...
That's her command dash, right?
That's the role basically, right? So you get to do combos that she had these combos before, but they were just like really obnoxious to do. Now they're like pretty consistent, and like you can choose to cash out on damage way more often. And you also get better positioning. It looks better. I don't know if it's actually better. It's better on middleweights and heavyweights. I haven't found a mix up on lightweights that it's good yet. So so far on lightweights it's not good until I find something. On midweights and heavyweights it's good.
How do you feel about
good positioning?
Think about like Millia versus Nago. How do you feel now that you have a real jab to defend?
I mean, I was doing the blocking and standing, and her 2K is like super small thing.
But now you can fight back.
Good. And I think I'm still gonna do the stand FD, because stand FD doesn't make you +2 now, so
Yeah.
you're gonna be mad far, and my 2K goes under all his shit. So I think I'm still gonna just keep doing it.
Actually,
the bigger change to her too. The second biggest change is the JH counter hit being a medium counter hit is a way bigger deal than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Because then she gets more consistent opportunities to get close slash 2D knockdown, which is much better than JH 2K 2D. So that also gives her more opportunity for damage because she can cross you up off those.
Yo, actually, there was something I thought about Millia. Honestly, like I low-key think Leo got better versus her, like because he's actually like better in the air. So like, I think airborne characters are actually gonna have more trouble versus Leo now. Like, that was like a random thought I had today.
Oh, but I don't think she's really an airborne character. So
Really?
no,
I mean,
no, she's just be where you should be character.
wait.
This is like
Hold on.
You're in the ocean.
You actually mixed me for a second. Hold on.
I feel like I get what you mean, but
I think I get what you mean too, because like,
Yeah.
basically you want to move around the opponent and like get an opportunity
you
to
should
like
just be
strike,
where you
right?
should be. It's not, especially like her air dash is half as long as Exert, and there's startup on it. Like, and she doesn't have pin. So, like, is she really in the game, bro? In fucking Exert, both the new Exert players and the boomers, they would fucking mash 6P under me, and I would throw pin, and they're like, "Milia's broken." I'm like, I have the move, and I see you down there mashing 6P, so I'm gonna do it. And they were doing it despite me having pin, and now I don't have it. So do you think
am I allowed to use that same reasoning for Alpha or no?
What Alpha? I mean, Alpha doesn't have pin. You have just mad disjoints and block swings off everything, and 3 guns and
3 guns, no.
Okay. Yeah, true. I can't get away with it.
Yeah, like I actually think one of the things that fucked me up when I started playing Millia was everyone's perception of her being this character that jumps around a lot.
Yeah.
Like, the things that people told me about her, like when I did what people who don't play her told me to do, I found no success, and I found myself getting extremely frustrated with the game. Then when I actually watched Millia players who were good and been playing the game for a long time, I'm like, wow, imagine people capping about a character they don't like.
I mean, it makes sense because like, I mean, the
Everybody's
movement
got a
with
cap.
her- Yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, the movement with her is like getting out the way and like, you know, being annoying to hit while also finding your opportunity to hit. So I kind of understand that. I mean, I just perceive her as an airborne character because like, I mean, you have the double air dash, you have the god jump, and you have a god air to air too. So like, I mean, you know,
True, all true.
So that's why I was saying that. But I mean, I do agree that I mean, you don't just jump as her.
Yo, you
obviously.
have to be fucking around with this Calpol into this Turbofall into Calpol shit.
Oh, that shit's not good. That shit's
Yeah,
not good.
wow.
That's
I
just
wonder.
really good. That from messing around with it today, it's almost what I wanted. I wanted Capel medium counter hit, which would have made me smile.
No.
This is acceptable.
It would be like Air Nago spin.
Oh, actually,
This is acceptable.
I have a question. From Millia 6P, do you get like actual
You-
disc okay?
Yeah, you get it anywhere on the screen now.
All right. Fuck me. Anyway.
Yeah.
What's it say?
So you get it up. So basically the changes from playing some today is that she does good damage in the corner, but the issue is there's the wall, right? So like your quote unquote good damage in the corner might not be good damage in the corner because you already did good damage to the wall. Good damage to the wall. You hit the wall. Whatever. Yeah, you did good damage to the wall. All right, whatever. So now she has more consistent ways of accessing damage more often mid-screen, and you get to select for better mix-ups more often. And you can mess with opponents' anti-airs in some new ways. And her pressure is safer than it used to be.
Do you think her ground game is like? How much better would you think her ground game is in this version? Like
Compared to Exert?
compared to last version?
1.09.
Like,
Almost the same. I have to see what the S-Disc frame did is because they changed the startup again. They made it faster again.
yeah. I mean,
so I don't know what it is at different ranges anymore.
yeah. I was asking because one of my main strategies versus Millia is to abuse, because she can abuse mobility, but my characters can abuse stronger ground pokes. So, like,
Yeah.
This is what I look at.
Yeah.
I want to play Leo versus Millia though because I never have. Like,
Use Flash Kick.
I mean, I don't. It can't be that simple. There's no way. There's no way, right? There's no way. Right?
That's the only way.
But yeah, like there's just a lot of new stuff I want to check, but between the system buffing jump heavy, the Mirage cancel giving her more access to the mix up more often and better damage mid-screen, and it buffed Septum too because you get the consistent good pop-up and you're close. Yeah, I don't know, it's just outlook good. I have no idea what to use the air backdash cancel for.
Did she get nerfed at all in any way, do you feel?
The only nerf she got was she got 2 nerfs. 6K is not plus anymore. It's -2, I think people said, and then but special cancelable. So, you know, you win some, you lose some on that one. And what was the other one? Far Slash doesn't beat 6Ps, which I didn't know it did beat 6Ps. So I didn't know. They're like, yeah, Far Slash beats 6P. I'm like, since when? I definitely died from Soul 6P me. So like, who's 6P?
Yeah, for real.
But like, yeah. But they said they changed it so that it loses to 6P.
I think her getting a 5-frame and throw PRCOS being like any character that didn't have that, like they're on much more even footing. Well, I mean every character had it in a way, but not like Soul or like Mei.
I also think throw PRC affected her like negatively one of the most because she's not a character that would utilize it that much, but she would get it done to her very often, right?
Yeah, because she can't evade the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so she's actually one of the characters that's kind of good against third PRC, but it's really like
how good really.
There's a few variables that matter. Like, are you mid screen or are you in the corner? Do you both have 50 meter or not? And there's and do they do actual option select throw PRC or reaction throw PRC, because the situation is different. Those are like the three main things. She's overall pretty good against. I don't know if you remember when we played Hotashi, when you tried to throw PRC to me mid screen.
Yeah.
And I got away and comboed you, like punished you for it.
Yeah.
That was like, you played me right after I lapped against throw PRC OD, because I was like, this shit is pretty, it's mad annoying.
Yeah. My wish list for this patch was hit throw PRC OS, which happened. Hit supers, which didn't happen. And then one more thing, which I conveniently forgot. Probably lower the damage. Supers are still too good.
Reversal, Ramlethal just posing, freezing the screen, and just killing you. Will continue to happen for the next year. Yeah.
Now that there's no more like 6-frame buttons as a system mechanic, which I thought was like a joke, right? Like how many of those characters do you see performing? Like Millia, that's about it. Anji wasn't a character. Faust was
Zato wasn't played like that. Gold Lewis.
I mean, Zato would get played, but then like the moment you get in on him, it's like over.
I mean, I low-key wanted them to nerf like the reversal supers, because I think that would buff Leo. Like, I don't know. Like, I want to see how many collective changes would buff Leo. Like,
exactly. Like, that's the next equalize, the de-equalizer, right? Is like, do you have like a good super?
Yeah, I mean, so the thing is, like, as I said before, when I played this game, the second thing I did outside of playing Mei was I tested Leo. Does White change? It seems White's only 2 frames slower, which is probably why it still seems pretty hard to react to, and he still gets the same setups that he did last patch. Some of them are a little bit more iffy.
That's Berserker Slash, right?
Yeah. Like, you still, because off of HDP, on every character, you still get meaty 5k, so it's like, okay, like, that's one of the first things I check, so,
yeah, K7 was down bad for a little bit.
I didn't know why!
Yeah,
I read the patch notes, I'm like, yo, Leo looking mad.
Did they like make it so that HDP is like no more, like they like fast tech, so you can't do like back turn mix or something? Like, I mean, that would be pretty good.
HDP is exactly the same. The HDP didn't get touched at all.
It should have, but it didn't.
Yeah, for real. It'll come, SQ.
My number one change I wanted for Leo is to make HDP not a hard knockdown anymore, but they refuse.
Yeah, honestly, like, I low-key, like, Zwite is, like, it's not the same because it's 2 frames slower. That obviously matters, right? Those 2 frames will matter, but, like, low-key, like, Zwite is, like, still one of the best special moves in the game. Like, his win condition is exactly the same.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna change his win condition, like, ever.
I mean, not okay. Obviously, they're not going to change his win condition, but like his ease of access into the win condition is still pretty good. Like, it's 2 frames slower. It's gonna matter. Sometimes you get mashed out of it. Sometimes you get thrown out of it. Whatever. But like, I expect it.
No idea.
But like, the fact that like Leo can be on defense and then he could randomly DP you at any point, and if you don't throw him or you don't block or something, you might lose the entire game. I think that's absurd. like.
I want to point out that Leo might be like the only character in an anime game that I've ever played where I am seeing people burst his DP.
I don't think it's worth it to burst his DP, real talk. He can't overhead you off it, so.
What do you mean? What do you mean he can't overhead you off it?
He can't media overhead you off counter hit HDP.
No, what? He cannot. But like
back turn.
The thing is, there's threat of low though, like because like meaty K, right? So like.
Yeah. No, I'll take the meaty K. I'm gonna try my best to IBFD, and like if I got it, I got it. If I don't, I don't. But like
I didn't know that was a rule.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing about the stance pressure from Leo, right? After HDP, stance H loses to throws actually, right? So what you do is you meaty K to beat throw mash, and then you condition them for that, so you can start doing meaty overhead. Because
you mean so you can do overhead?
I mean, sorry, not do overhead. Not meaty overhead. Yeah, just do overhead, right?
Yeah.
Or cross through, whatever you want to do, right? Like, that's essentially what you're supposed to do. But yeah, I mean, that is the thing with Leo.
Yeah. The ones I burst are the ones where he can do Zwite and then hit you meaty with the overhead, because then you there is no hope. Then you're so scared of the high and the low, and then he dashes through you, and you're like, oh my fucking god, this dude is a monster.
I mean,
so, like, I just
yeah.
I'm cool actually.
My burst strategy versus Leo, to be honest, is once he's already in back turn is when I like to burst. I almost never burst when he's not in back turn because that's when he's the least powerful. So.
Yeah. Like some people, you know, like if you don't know a match, you're gonna like get hit and then burst because you're like, whatever, fuck you. But like, if Leo does like I don't know, like /5H 2 like, and when I see people burst that, I'm like,
yeah.
Now he's gonna DP you, and you don't know that you can get away from the overhead, and then you just gotta fucking just run his shit.
Yeah,
and
honestly,
you're gonna call him the best character.
Yeah, honestly, I think against the top tiers in this game, especially, burst usage is like just so pivotal. Like
that's Guilty Gear in general. Like you need to know where to burst because like how people can access their win conditions.
Yeah.
You know, like especially in this version, it's like so direct. Like you know it's coming. It's not ambiguous what's happening to you when you're in that bad situation. You're just like, oh my fucking god, Ram is throwing shit at me. Oh my god, Millia is dancing on my head. Oh my god, Leo won't even look at me.
Yeah, Nago.
Me up?
My burst strategy against Nago is something I don't talk about, but I put Nago in 2.5 blood, and I just make him RPS from full screen. That's like my win condition versus Nago.
I learned that from watching people. Like just let him build the blood in the combo and then burst.
Yeah.
Like let yourself get to you.
I remember the last thing I wanted from this patch.
What?
And what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna call it the SQ nerf. You know what the SQ nerf is?
Yo, go burst.
Nerf Go Burst. What did they do?
They buffed it, so
now we got the SQ buff.
I'll never lose again.
We're gonna call this patch the SQ patch, for real.
It's pretty good for me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what Ars is thinking. Maybe it's my birthday tomorrow. Maybe that's it.
The Latif nerf? Okay.
In regards to bursting,
I'll be so mad.
in regards to bursting Leo's DV, I think it depends on the character. Because like for Ram, like I do not want him out of the corner whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I refuse. He's gonna stay there and he's gonna like it.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
You know, whenever I get gold bursted, I feel offended, to be honest.
Same.
I swear to God, like if I get gold bursted, I'm like, no, you gold burst me, I'm gonna gold burst you. I get it all the time.
If I get gold bursted, I'm like, well, I lost this round.
You know what's funny? Like, getting gold bursted by Nago honestly doesn't feel that bad because like his main resource is honestly the blood and not his meters. So like, when I get gold bursted by Nago, I don't feel that bad. But when I get gold bursted by Ram or Leo, I want to like just like go to the next round. I don't want to play anymore. Like, that bothers me.
Gold burst, run up 214 HRC. That was my shit. That I will do that shit until I die.
You're the Leo.
The Superman.
That shit's funny.
That's
gonna do that too.
That's tight.
I love the Leo buffs, to be honest. They're really funny.
What is this? Oh,
that first combo?
No.
What the hell? Are you serious? Wait, what was it? Wait.
Dude, Ramlethal is literally crip walking you to the corner for getting hit by 2H. What?
I will say this combo is actually like really hard to do. The rekka cancel shit is not easy. They like specifically made it hard to do. I think they wanted her to have something hard execution wise. Because like to do that, you have to dash cancel the rekka and then special cancel the dash cancel within 2 frames.
So hard?
They're pretty hard, yeah.
2-frame window.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this is finesse. This is not like, you know, other
it is
things.
legitimately not easy.
I think this is a really good change.
I think you'll actually see a lot of Ramlethal players like there is going to be a very clear difference between like average Ramlethal player and like the good Ramlethal players now, and just in terms of like how they select combos and everything, there will be a huge difference.
You know, there's been like think about like, I mean, isn't this it? Isn't this what we wanted from Strive? Like expression.
Yeah,
that's some player expression.
For that, this patch is legitimately good for that. I agree with that.
Yeah, as I said, I think this patch, for the most part, did a lot of things that I wanted them to do. At the cost of my character, I guess. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, you got sacrificed. We're not sad.
Yeah, there's so many, like, what I think is really important in a fighting game is needing to know multiple types of conversions. And I think this patch did that for a lot of characters.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it's not just like your optimal like 2H counter hit is like different. It's like there's so many more situational conversions that you have to be aware of now.
yo, who I actually, it's funny because Leo pretty much does the same combos, but like his air combos are actually way more like, how do I say it, fringe now. Like there's so many different ways to go into the same thing. That JS, you know the JS combo where he does the JS air dash JS into like this corner combo?
Yeah.
That combo is actually harder on counter hit now. You have to like delay air dash into like delay jump S. It's so weird. Like they randomly made Leo's air combos harder, and I'm like, what?
They made Anji a character. I have to actually be worried about this character now. Wow.
Do what? I mean, what did they even do to him? Like, did they just do like?
They made it so that 5S combos into fusion and 2S too.
Oh yeah, he gets an actual like confirm up.
actually
And he has a
does
and he has a
both
5-frame button.
And they turbo buffed Ko. That shit is cracked.
Oh yeah, doesn't
it's
Ko
already
guard break
cracked.
though?
It guard breaks, and I believe he gets a better conversion off of it now.
You know what's crazy? Ko was one of his best moves. Like
It was. It actually offended me because in like the change list, they mentioned some shit about how like Anji struggled to anti-air people.
wait, that what? That's one
And
of the
I'm like,
only
he
things he was good
literally
at.
has like one of the best anti-airs in the game, and his 6P is also good.
I
Like,
couldn't
what are
jump
you
at
on?
Lasso. Like, what do you mean? Oh my god.
How good is Anji in this patch?
I don't.
Has to be seen
know.
because before like
I don't know. I don't
he
know.
lost like every matchup, right?
He like
Yeah.
I think he functions as a character now, which is pretty good, but it's also in a patch where they buff top tier, so who knows?
Yo,
Okay.
you know who's
He's
looking
barely
low-key
picking up.
kind of good though?
Who?
Faust.
Yeah, I think Faust is actually
Faust
notably
also.
better. Between last patch and this patch, I agree.
Like Faust looks like a legitimate problem.
Yeah, I don't think he's like a meme character anymore.
Whoa,
I do
that
think
particular
personally,
combo.
I think Axel's worse this
Holy
patch.
shit.
Axel, I mean, I kind of agree with that, but like I haven't really seen much of Axel, but like in my head, like him doing JS into JS air dash is OD. Like
That is good, but I think that's literally like the only good thing for him outside of just FD being better, obviously. They also nerfed JS, like the hitbox is worse, the hurtbox on it is worse. They nerfed JH. They made Renson, like just like the projectile part.
oh yeah,
that can
more
counter
counter
hit
state,
longer.
right?
Yeah, so if you jump over it, and remember, like all the big jump ins give like big counter hit now. So the fact that it's counter hit for longer is actually pretty important.
That's true. But like the thing about Axel, like this is a thing about Axel last patch too, though. Like Axel's not like fantastic by himself, but like his matchup spread versus like the better characters is really good though.
Yeah, he had a lot of relevance, really.
Like he like his power level is not very good, but like yo, if you play like Pot, you won't care about fighting, let's just say RAM in comparison to fighting Axel. Like you'll feel way more bad fighting Axel than RAM, for example, right?
and
so-
you can keep like Soul in check. You can keep Nago in check, like relatively
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Yeah, Axel was very good against certain characters. Honestly, even though it's not as bad as some other versions, Axel versus Eno is still that kind of matchup too. And Eno is looking very strong this version, so
Well, Axel got nerfed.
yeah.
The JS dead zone is gonna
Yeah.
change. You have to look at every matchup again and
Right,
see, like,
right.
okay, what works, what doesn't work.
I think the thing about Axel is like I do think he's a worse character, but in the same vein, it almost doesn't necessarily matter because his thing was matchups anyways. Like his thing was winning a couple of good top tier matchups, and that's like always been his strength. And like I
Yeah.
don't think this patch changes that. So like even though I think he's necessary, like technically worse, I don't know how relevant it is. But I also think I've always rated Axel lower than literally anyone else. So
I mean, Axel versus Ram is like one of his worst matchups. Like I don't know, like
yeah, I
Axel
mean
versus-
I try not to like base things just off my own matchup, but
True,
obviously there's
true.
always some amount of bias.
I
yeah.
was
I mean,
speaking with
yeah.
Flash, and he said that the FD mechanic makes Axel so good. He said, yeah, he got nerfed,
Mm-hmm.
But like the FD mechanic, if you use it really well, like it makes him like super strong.
We just have that, I guess.
Yeah.
I really like JC Yoshi. I think he's the only reply to that tweet. He literally replied asking, "Is there one for Giovanna?"
What is this?
What the heck?
Jackal has fucking drip?
I think Jacko actually is like a character with a lot of potential. There just isn't really anyone doing it.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I have never fought this character yet, like at all ever. I don't know what she does on
Jacko. The thing is about Jacko, whenever I play her, all Jacko players, they have the same exact neutral. It's like deja vu all over again. Like they do the same exact thing every single time. I never fought like a Jacko player that had like different kind of neutral where I'm like, okay, this Jacko player is good. No, it's like always when you're like a little bit far, they slide into the kick, into like jump servant. If you like try to hit them, they like instant air dash, kick you as a cross. It's like all the same. They just try to gimmick you into like some way to put you in the corner and summon their servant and like pressure you.
I think her neutral is like really inconsistent. I think it's like her issue as a character. It's like not stable.
I don't know, like
I
generally
didn't like
speaking,
that. I wanted to see like unique play style. The thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
honestly, I was scared. Yeah, I was scared they were gonna buff Golos, to be honest, but like I don't know.
Why would you be scared of that?
Because that character is mad annoying. Like
that's the character that's on your radar as mad annoying.
I mean, like I watch Gobo play the character. I'm just like, yo, like, do I really feel like dealing with this? But like in North America, the answer is no. Like,
did you ever play with Kid Viper?
Nope.
Yeah, I never did either. I know KV was saying that he seemed unhappy with Galusa changes because Galus really does not like the guard crush change.
Yeah.
Like his like main tick throw setups like don't really exist. He can't just chip you out anymore. It's pretty bad for him. Like that was his thing, is like his neutral was bad, but he could kind of just like single player game you to death once he got in, and they kind of did away with that.
I see. To be completely honest, I don't really notice the guard crush changes. Like, is it like what did they exactly do to guard crush? So I don't just cap right now.
Well, the main thing is that FD, when you FD a guard crush move, it actually causes pushback.
Okay, yeah.
There is like the whole shit that like if you are hit while guard crush, there's more sailing, but it's drive, so it still just heals you anyways.
Okay.
It's mostly that like FD actually pushes people back.
Yeah, I was asking because like I play Leo. I'm like, yo, like I do the guard crush move, and I don't know. I still have the same spacing to just do whatever. So like it felt like very similar to last patch. So I actually had to know.
Yeah, I think it matters. Honestly, it matters more for Gold Lewis than any character.
Any other character,
is based around it. I think it matters a little bit for Garuda, and then the other characters, I don't really know.
I mean, I think guard crush had to be nerfed though. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
that shit was turbo cringe.
It was a very common complaint about this game that guard crush was a very stupid mechanic, right? You know, guard crush.
I think, for me, it wasn't. It was like whatever. I mean, it was a common complaint, but there was bigger issues like PRC grab, which also got hit.
Yeah, I mean,
just keep on hitting the annoying things, ASW, and we're good. Hit supers. Don't make reversal supers do half your life anymore.
Yeah, that is something that I don't understand because, like, I don't know, like,
I don't think this game needs that identity of you just getting fucking randomed out. Like, imagine being down like it's 2-2 in tournament, and you're playing against SQ, and you have like a 70% life lead, and she's down to like 8%. But she goal bursts you, and then she does run up super, and then does RC, and then like kills you completely burst safe.
The thing is, like, I see characters like Chip, and it's like, yo, like, if you get hit by one ram super, you lose. It's like, what? Like,
you know what I love? I love a gold bursting Chip. If I gold burst Chip, I feel like I can't lose.
Yeah,
because like anything's possible if I gold burst Chip.
I think Millia's in the same position. Is she not?
Yeah, Millia is too, of course.
Like,
yeah.
like Lord Knight, when you're playing against Ram, don't you feel like you can lose at like any second?
I mean, it's Ram, so you know they're gonna mash super and go fucking Gold Burst because her Gold Burst is good.
Or what if they don't and they just take a turn?
All right, they're better than you. They got it.
That's OD. That's
That's
OD.
wrong.
That's OD. That's
Sometimes you just gotta accept responsibility.
Wouldn't you rather it not do like 70% of your life bar?
Does it suck? Yeah. Did I turn on Guilty Gear today? Also, yes.
I suppose, but
So
I'm
what
saying
can I
we can wish for it to be better.
I'm playing a Ram who did fucking. I'm in the tower right now. There was a Ram who's listening to SQ and did run up Gold Burst last game. I just chuckled and I fucking just jumped around a bunch, and I did the wrong fucking combo, and then I just died. I mean, killed him. I didn't die.
It's kind of OD. Like, yo, run up Gold Burst. I played SQ earlier today. I was playing Leo. Yo, I did like dash Gold Burst. Like, like.
Yeah, I
Are
mean,
you
you definitely
like,
did.
In this game, like, I feel like my superpower is finding like the most random ass spot to Gold Burst shit.
I mean, I think Gold Bursting at top level is an
Exactly.
important skill though. Like, you have to know how to Gold Burst. Like, even if your character doesn't benefit from it as much as others, you still need to know how to Gold Burst. Like, first of all, it gets them off you.
I'm pretty sure last time I played Shine, I hit Shine with like the nastiest Gold Burst, and he was offended by it.
Oh, I actually don't Gold Burst Shine. I actually stopped
That
Gold
was-
Bursting.
That was initial. The one that shook me still was like I was like you were down 2 swords, right? And you were mid screen, so I was like, okay, like you had like 50 meters. Okay, like I'm definitely gonna take my turn, and then you just did super for me, and it did like 10 damage. I was like, this is like the most like what the fuck, like. I think you won the game off that too, which is like so shook.
Oh, Pod's another character. If I get Gold Bursted by Pod, I think I lose. Like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, same. That's why I just Gold Burst.
they nerfed Mirror this patch though, so it might be different. Like,
I mean, that's another thing. Yeah, it nerfed it, but it just made jailing people harder. It didn't necessarily take it away. So it's like,
Yeah.
true.
yeah, it's like okay, I just have to play better.